Okay, so welcome to our first in full fire element class. As we move through the weeks of summer, we're going to embody elements of the fire element, for want of a better turn of phrase. So it's all about the heart and small intestine, energy lines in the body. The energy line for the heart starts in the armpit, comes along the edge of the arm to the pinky, and then for the small intestine starts in the pinky, runs along the back of the arm, into the shoulder, up the neck, in front of the ear, where you open and close the jaw. There's a key point there for the small intestine, finishing in the cheek. Okay. And so the practice that we will be enjoying together is one that's all about the heart. If you think about things that make you feel happy, your heart sing, that use the cardiovascular system, then this is the essence of a fire practice. So without further ado, let's come onto our mats, making sure we've got some water handy. It's really good and useful to keep yourself hydrated. So have a little glug of water. So if you want to put on your own music, feel free, or you can follow my playlist on Spotify. The link is on the registration page. As always, if you are following this class live, it's best to set up Spotify on a separate device. Otherwise, my voice and Zoom kind of seems to interfere with Spotify and vice versa. So we're just going to come into comfortable standing position. The feet hip width, soft in the knees, allow the hips to drop down an inch, and just feel really nice and grounded through the feet. So lifting and spreading the toes as we rub into the palms of the hands. So we're just going to wake the body up with a little bit of Dao Yin. So starting by tapping underneath the collarbone on the left side, coming down the arm. This is the metal element meridians. And then we're going to tap up the index finger up the back of the arm into the shoulder. Lovely. And then do the same on the other side. All the way down the right arm to the palm, and then index finger coming up the back of the arm into the shoulder. Lovely. And then from there, paddling up the belly. This is the stomach and spleen meridians, and the pancreas, and then coming down the side of the legs. Using the wood element. Lovely. Inhaling, coming back up. Good. Come down the outside to the legs. As you fall down, just make sure your navel's gently drawing back, so the lower back can feel nice and relaxed. You're not straining the lower back. And then we're just going to come onto your bottom, starting to work with the back of the body. This is the water element. So coming up either side of the spine, as comfortably up as feels good in your shoulders. Now we're just going to join in little fingertips now at the top, all around that big vertebra at the upper back, up the back of the neck, little raindrop taps coming up over the crown of the head, and just little taps all over the scalp, just energizing and waking up the skin and the lymphatic system. Lovely. So coming down, little raindrop taps onto the forehead, coming round the eyes, and again, you can close the eyes now, just do little taps all the way around the orbit of each eye, coming into the hinge of the jaw, and then remembering that point for the small intestine in front of the ear. So if you open and close your jaw, you should find a little point that's like a divot when you open the jaw, and then it closes when you close the jaw. So gently rubbing into there. Nice breath in, tapping along to the cheekbones, end of the stomach, small intestine meridian, when I can get the words out. Lovely. And then we're just going to shake that off. So, just starting to deepen the breath, then we're going to do a really lovely sequence for the heart, coming into some qigong for the heart. So as we inhale, we draw the hands past the ribs, exhaling, folding the arms, inhaling, opening up. So inhaling, exhale, inhale, lovely. So going with the breath, exhaling and inhaling, opening up. Exhale, inhale. Really opening into the armpits. Lovely. Ooh, getting a little bit mixed up with my words and my movements. Inhaling. We're going to do a couple more. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Lovely. Last one. Interlacing the hands, drawing them down the back as you tuck the chin, inhaling, looking up, and then peeling the spine down. Nice and slow, soft in the knees, just wriggling the spine down towards the mat, finding a bit of length, navel coming up, get the shoulders a reshuffle, exhaling, popping the hands down onto the base of the spine, inhaling, coming all the way up, taking the hands up, stretching from the soles of the feet, through the hips, through the spine, making space from the hips to the ribs, feeling nice and open in the chest. Lovely. Exhaling, bringing the hands down. So already should feel a little bit warmer. We're just going to continue with some qigong for the heart and small intestine. So circling the sun, leading with the left little finger. We draw across to the right on the inhale, go around the back of the head on the exhale. Lovely. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling, coming across, moving the torso as if you're hula hooping. Want to get a sense of moving a marble around the heart. Lovely. And changing sides now. So right hand going across to the left, back and round. Lovely. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Just deepening the breath as we go. Breathing in. Breathing out, keeping that same right hand, circling the moon, so going back the way, round and back, and coming over the top, as if you're pulling a duvet over your head. It's like, no, I can't believe we woke up this early this morning, Lucy. I want to stay in bed. Inhaling and exhaling. So now we're hula hooping round the waist, round the hips. Lovely. Changing hands. So coming round with the left hand all the way round and behind. Exhale over the head. Inhaling. Hula hooping round the waist and the hips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Last one. Inhaling. Exhale. Circling the sun with the right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Circling the moon. Inhale and exhale. Changing sides. So left hand. Inhale. Exhale and circling the moon. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do one more. Inhaling with the right hand, exhale round, and one more with the left hand. Inhale and exhale. Try not to think about it, just let the energy flow. That hula hooping round the torso is the most important, and getting that sense of connection from the armpits to the little fingers. So back into drawing the hands past the ribs, crossing the arms, inhaling, opening up. Lovely. Exhaling, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Two more. Exhaling, inhale. That's it. Really open through those shoulders. Exhaling. So we feel this lovely openness from the armpit into the palms of the hands and the little fingers. Wonderful. So from here, just bringing the feet together, palms together, remembering the Dao Yin of the dragon sequences that we were using in early summer. We're just going to use some of those today. So pressing the left hand over to the right with resistance, and the knees go the opposite way. So we're pressing the right hand into the left and the left knee into the right. Lovely. Exhale, come back. Inhale. Exhale. So inhaling, taking the hand over to the right ear. Lovely. Inhale, coming all the way over. Exhale, coming to the left ear, turning the gaze up. So from here, we're going to come into the swimming dragon sequence. Inhaling, extending out to the left, breathing into the lungs. And then as you exhale, you're going to come all the way past the heart and down past the knees. Lovely. Inhaling, coming back up past the heart, past the throat, all the way over the crown of the head. And we'll do another one. So exhaling as we're going down. Inhaling as we're coming back up. All the way over. Exhale. So let's just continue down on the exhale. Inhaling. All the way over to the crown of the head, peak of the inhale, and then coming down to change sides. Lovely. So next inhale, we're going to stretch all the way out to the right as the hips and the knees go to the left. Come, nice big long inhale, coming all the way around, and then exhale, coming into that swimming sequence. Down past the navel, past the knees, inhale, past the navel, past the throat, all the way over the crown of the head, and again. Exhaling. Inhale. All the way over and coming back above the crown of the head, bringing the hands down in front of the heart. So I hope we're feeling a little bit more flexible, a little bit more warmed up, ready for our sun salutations. So just taking a glug of water, coming towards the front edge of your mat, and just bringing the feet together into Samasthiti. Ooh, creating that. So just switching on the feet, finding a little bit of space between your toes, lifting and spreading the toes as you press the balls of the feet into the mat and feel the soles of the feet responsive and alert. And then taking the energy up into the legs. So we're lifting up with the kneecaps, the thigh muscles starting to draw around the bones, lifting up with the center of the pelvic floor, drawing back with the lower abdominal muscles. And we keep lifting energy up, as if we're lifting up into the heart. And then feeling a connection through the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. And imagining, pardon me, someone has a little string here. So the crown is so light, you can't help but keep lengthening up, feeling a little bit of spaciousness here in the back of the neck. Lovely. So hands in front of the heart, just bringing something to mind, something to heart that makes you smile. And it can be something big, it can be something very small, something beautiful, just whatever it is, just bringing that into mind and just breathing the essence of that in. As if we can stoke the glowing embers of the heart on the inhale. And on the exhale, just allow that to turn the corners of the mouth up. Lovely. We'll do a couple more breaths. Nice breath in. Exhaling, a gentle smile. Ujjayi breath if you can, breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely. So from that point of connection and feeling joy, we're going to take the arms all the way up on the inhale, lift the sternum, look up to the thumbs, and as we exhale, just dive down like that water dragon into the seat. Hands coming down onto the shins, onto the mat, navel hugging up towards the spine. Inhaling, nice half lift. So we're lifting the sit bones, we're lifting up with Uddiyana Bandha, we're looking ahead, shoulder blades down, mat back. Exhale, hands flat, stepping back into plank. So we're stretching away into the heels, we're tucking the tail, the shoulder blades are down the back, we've got a little micro bend in the elbows, and then we're just going to pop the knees down, lower the chest just a couple of inches. Inhale, start to lift up with the sternum, into the back of the neck to start, and then peeling the gaze up as you roll and peel the shoulders back. Lovely. Exhaling, tucking the toes, just stretching into child's pose. So we're stretching into the soles of the feet, breathing into the lower back, stretching the fingers forward, getting a little stretch throughout the whole of the back of the body. Lovely. So from here, just coming up to all fours, tucking the toes, downward dog, rolling the heels up as you breathe in. Exhale, bending one knee, stretching the other heel down. Inhaling, heels up. Exhale, other heel down. So let's do that one more time. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale. And exhale. So, inhaling, the heels are peeling up. This time, both heels peeling down to the mat. And see if you can step the feet just an inch towards the hands. Keep it nice and soft and bent in the knees, especially if you're tight in the hamstrings and the glutes. Gaze to the knees and have a little look at your knees. Making sure that if they were a pair of eyes, they're looking straight back at you. There's no funny, squinty looks going on there. And then really engaging Bandha to tease and draw the sit bones a little further away from the wrists, relaxing around the neck and shoulders and elbows. Lovely. So feeling that lift and connection from the armpits into the middle fingers, feeling that lift and connection from Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha to the heels and the sit bones. Lovely. So bending at the knees as you breathe in, stepping forward, walking forward. Exhaling, lovely forward fold, navel hugging up. And then slowly unfill it. No rush. Just finding that connection with the earth. We're going to interlace the fingers, stretch up into the palms, up into the sky. And then exhale, bring the hands back down in front of the heart. And just pause, taking a breath in, drawing in that lovely thing that makes us smile. And exhaling, just allowing the corners of the mouth to curl up. And again, breathing in. Exhaling, just a gentle smile. Now you do know that if you smile, after a minute you start to feel happier. That if we use gestures or mudras with the body, including your mouth, you can change how you feel. So let's continue to smile, even though it may feel like a tricky thing or not an easy thing. Lovely. So on the next inhale, taking the hands up, lifting the sternum, finding space in the belly between the hips and the ribs. Exhaling, forward fold, diving down. Inhale, nice half lift. Exhaling, stepping back into plank. So choosing if it's knees down or knees off as you lower down. Inhale, coming into a nice upward dog, shoulders peeling back, lifting up with the sternum, taking the gaze up, tongue at the roof of the mat. And then tucking or rolling through the toes, downward dog, 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, pressing and spreading the palms into the mat. Soft in the shoulders and the elbows, space around the neck. Really engaging bandha, drawing the ribs down towards the pubic bone, drawing the sit bones away from the hands. Keep breathing in, keep breathing out, finding the softness through the body in this lovely back stretch, or stretch of the back line of the body. Lovely, last breath, breathing in and breathing out. Bending the knees, looking to the hands, stepping forward as you're breathing in. Exhaling, just folding down over the legs, navel hugs up, and then just unfolding. All the way up, taking the hands up, palms together, looking up to the thumbs. Exhale, coming back down into Samasthita here. We'll just continue. Inhaling, taking the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, diving down. Imagining some beautifully clear, cooling water. Inhale, nice half lift. Lift those sit bones, stretch through the back line. Exhaling, stepping into plank and lowering down a couple of inches. Knees down if you need. Inhale, coming into nice up dog. Exhale, child's pose or downward dog, you choose. Now, in downward dog, is it walking the dog that you need? Have you been doing a lot of walking or running and feeling tight and stiff in the hips? Or can you simply step the feet in towards the hands just to touch and draw the heels even closer to the mat? So really engaging bandha, really taking the weight away from the wrists and stretching through into the glutes and the hamstrings. Breathing in and breathing out. Gaze to the upper thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. Breathing in, bending the knees, looking ahead, stepping forward. Exhaling, melting down. Inhaling, coming up. Looking up to the hands. Exhaling, coming back to the heart. Lovely. So, Surya Namaskar B, we're going to bend at the hips, taking the knees nice and low. Keep the hips low and then take the arms up. So, bringing the palms together or having them apart. Shoulders down the back. Lovely. So, we're finding space from the pubic bone to the chest, to the sternum, lifting the chest a little bit, lengthen from the back of the waist down to the tailbone. And then as you exhale, just lift the hips and fold forwards. Inhaling, coming into a nice half lift. Exhale, hands flat, stepping back into plank, lowering down. Inhaling, nice easy upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So this is where we're going to step the feet forward. So bending at the knees, lifting that right leg up nice and high, and then stepping it forward towards that right hand. Take an extra breath as you anchor and angle the back foot. And then on the next inhale, coming up into a nice easy warrior one. Shoulder blades down the back. Taking a nice breath in. So again, feeling this lovely openness through the chest. Open from the armpits to the little fingers. You can spread the hands if you wish, or have the fingers together, whichever feels more appropriate. Wonderful. Exhaling, we're going to bring the hand down Lift the back heel, slide the front foot back, lower down. Inhale, come into a nice easy upward dog, and then tuck toes, downward dog once again. So now we're going to step forward with the left foot. So we're just going to take it up nice and high. You can bend your knee, just stretch through the quad, and then bending through the right knee, stepping forward with the left, anchoring the back foot as you exhale. Inhaling, coming up into warrior one, shoulder blades down the back. So for this one, just keep breathing, popping the hands in front of the forehead. Make sure the shoulder blades are down, away from the ears, as if they're drawing down towards the waist, and then lift the chest a little bit, so the gaze goes up as the arms lift up. So we're not lifting the arms above the head, we haven't got any space around the ears. There's lots of spaciousness, easy for me to say, round the neck, round the head, and we're comfortably looking up to the thumbs. Lovely. Exhaling, bringing the hands down, sliding the front foot back, pop the knees down if you need as you lower down. Inhale, nice easy up dog, knees down, back into child's pose. 3 breaths. So you're breathing into the spine, into the lower back of the waist, shoulder blades. And then coming up to all fours for dolphin dips. So dolphin dips are a fantastic way of building up some strength in the upper body. They're really going to help your sun salutations. And if you want to work up towards headstands, they're fantastic for that too. So coming down onto your mat, I'll just tilt a little bit so you can see the angle of the arms. We hold on to the elbows or the upper arms, okay, on your mat, and then from there extending and interlacing the fingers. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're holding on to your upper arms and then extending the fingers. And you're doing this down on your mat on all fours. Lovely. So once you've got that, we're going to press into the forearms and lift up with the armpits. Really engage bandha as if you're lifting up into the spine, using all the muscles in the abs, the bandhas, your belt, your ribs, armpits as you press into the upper arms. So gently look down, well, not down towards the mat, it's kind of look behind you a little bit, so the back of the neck's nice and long. And as we come forward, we're inhaling, and as we're exhaling, we're moving back. Lovely, so we'll just do 2 more. Inhaling, coming forward, exhaling, coming back. So notice I'm not leading with the chin. If you have a little look, if you're doing this, it's not that. Even though the brain wants to kind of get your face out of the way because it feels that, you know, you're going to have a collision. So we avoid the collision by really pressing into the arms, sucking up with the armpits, nice and long in the back of the neck. There's lots of space to come forward. Don't worry if you can't quite reach the mat, just come as far forward. So we've done 3, let's do 2 more. Coming forward, exhaling, coming back, nice and contracted. Lovely. Inhaling and exhaling. So that's your set of 5. Just coming to rest in child's pose, extending the arms out or tucking them down towards the toes, whichever feels more relaxing. Nice breath in, nice breath out. Wonderful. 1 more, breathing in, relaxing the shoulders, breathing out, engaging bandhas. So inhaling, just coming up with the head, the shoulders, the hips, tucking the toes, downward dog, 5 breaths. So you can walk the dog, dance the dog, which is even nicer for summer, where you bend the knee, but you're kind of swaying through the hips, and look underneath the opposite armpit, thinking about the origin point, of course, for the heart meridian. Or you can simply just draw both heels down towards the mat, really engaging bandha, finding that lovely stretch, calming stretch through the back line of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. So from there, bending at the knees, stepping forward on the inhale. Exhaling, just softening down over the legs as the navel hugs up. And then we're going to drop once again into chair posture. So the hips drop down, the knees are together. We're bringing the arms up, shoulder blades down the back, lifting the sternum. Feeling the lower half of the body rooting down into earth, and the upper half of the body lifting up, finding space. Lovely. Exhale, come back to standing. We'll just take a breath in, and the breath out, just encouraging that smile. And again, breathing in, breathing out. So taking the hands down, bending the knees, exhale, inhale, coming up into chair. Lifting the hips, forward fold on the exhale. Inhaling, half lift, looking up. Exhaling, stepping back into plank, pop the knees down if you need, lowering down. Inhale, nice easy upward dog. Exhale, roll through the toes, downward dog. So we're going to lift that right leg up again, bend your knee, lift the knee, bend through the left leg a little bit, almost using that left leg as a bit of a pump to really kind of press into the left leg to help you step forward with the right for warrior one. Exhaling, anchoring the back leg down. Inhaling, coming all the way up, checking the front knees above the ankle, the shoulders down the back, the chest and the gaze lifted. Lovely. Exhaling, popping the hands down, sliding the front foot back, knees down if you need, lowering down. Inhaling, peeling up into the back of the neck, and then taking the gaze up. Make sure the shoulders are down the back. We're not straight in the arms, but we've got a softness there, so we're working into the back of the arms. Exhaling, tucking the toes, downward dog. So now let's just pick that left foot up, give it a good stretch, bend the knee if you need, bounce as it were, with that wonderful strength in the right leg to step the left leg forward. Exhaling, angling the back foot, inhaling, coming all the way up. Shoulders down the back, and again, have a go at bringing the palms together for this one if you like. So we're feeling rooted from the base of the shoulder blades, from the navel down each leg, into the soles of the feet. See if you can lift and spread the toes, bring that connection with the earth back into the practice. And yet the heart is lifted, the breath is strong. Wonderful. From here, exhaling, bringing the hands down, sliding the front foot back, bringing the knees down, lowering down. Inhaling, nice easy upward dog. Exhale back into child's pose. So choosing if you simply want to rest in child's pose, or come up and do another set of dolphin dips. So again, just reminding you of that, holding onto the elbows or the upper arms, extending and interlacing the hands, okay? So we're really, the foundation is the alignment of the elbows to the shoulders, and then also pressing into the forearms to lift up with the armpits, nice and long in the back of the neck, so you're kind of looking towards your knees a little bit. And as you come forward, you're inhaling, and as you're exhaling, you're really engaging back and coming back. We'll do 4 more if you can. Lovely. Exhale, coming back. It's quite low. I know these yesterday, so I'm a little bit like, ooh, today. Exhale, coming back. Fantastic for really strengthening the upper body, for getting rid of any, lack of tone at the back of the arms as well. 2 more. Maybe ahead of me. We'll just do 1 more. Coming forward, inhale, exhale, coming back, and then resting. 3 slow breaths in child's pose. And when you've done that, just coming up, and if you need a little drink of water, find some water. Looking for a hairband, and kind of come ill-equipped to class. Normally there's a whole load of stuff here you can in the room. Wonderful. So if you've had your glug of water, we're going to step forward into downward dog again. So tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. So there's a choice here. You can either just hold downward dog, walk the dog, or follow me for wild thing, whichever feels more joyous, okay? So stepping the feet together, heels lifted, gaze to the toes. So we'll start by taking the right leg up, bend your knee, flex the foot, lift the leg up nice and high. So on the exhale, we're just going to really contract the navel and bring the knee toward the right knee towards that right elbow. And then inhale, come back up. Lovely, we'll do that again. Exhale, contract. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, just roll the knee itself into the chest, thread it through to that left side, and then we're just going to pivot on the feet, lift the right hand, lift the, when I get the right hand, lift the left hand, and come all the way up into wild thing. Feeling open through the chest, open from the armpits, through into little finger. Lovely. Exhaling, popping the hand back down, unspiraling and lifting that right leg back up, and then popping yourself back into dancing warrior downward dog to the other side. So do as much or as little of this as you wish. If you'd rather just stay in downward dog and have a rest in child's pose, feel free. So left side, taking the leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot, lift the knee. And then we're just going to come forward, knee to the elbow. Inhale, coming back up. So just working with the abs, working with the upper body strength. Exhale, forward, inhale, back up. So this one, we're just going to roll the knee into the chest, thread it through, and then bring the right hand up when we get the correct hands lifting. Lifting the hips, taking the arm behind, opening from the armpit into the little finger, breathing into the whole of the front of the body. Lovely. Exhaling, popping the hand down. Inhale, unspiral, and lift that left leg nice and high. Popping it back into downward dog, and then bending at the knees, stepping forward on the inhale. Exhaling, nice easy melting forward fold, navel hugging up, and then coming once again into chair. So the hips are dropping down, the knees are together. We're lifting the sternum, we're lengthening from the back of the waist down to the mat, and then taking the hands up and the gaze up. Lovely. Finding those points of stretch and length through the lower half of the body and the upper half. Lovely. Good. Coming into Samasthiti. So just having a little breath, having a drink of water. I'm in the sun. Oh gosh, this blinds are raining on. There we go. Behave. Lovely. So, hopefully we're feeling warmer. I'm definitely warmer. I'm feeling really lovely and warm, and I think that's enough of sun salutations for now. Let's arrive alive at the end of the class today. That's going to be a bonus. So just standing at the front edge of your mat, I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing with my arms. So we're just revisiting what we've been doing in the beginning of class. So taking the hands past the ribs, exhaling, and then inhaling, opening up. 3 more. Exhaling, crossing the arms. Inhale, really opening through the chest. Lovely. 2 more now. Inhaling, exhale. Wonderful. Coming all the way up and then opening through the chest. And from here, just interlacing the hands, down the back, tuck the chin, inhale, looking up, exhale, leading with the heart. Navel hugs up, just peeling the spine down towards the legs, giving the shoulders a wee shiggle, gaze towards the toes or towards your knees, whichever feels more comfortable in the neck. Wonderful. Taking an extra breath in, an extra breath out, going a little deeper. Hands down to the base of the back, and then inhaling, coming all the way up. Popping the hands together, feet together into Samasthiti. So getting ready to step back with the right foot, stepping back a leg length, and then just turning round, ready for Trikonasana, for triangle posture. So we're opening from the armpits to the little fingers, reaching up with that right arm as the left arm goes down. And as we reach forward, we're going to draw back with this front right hip. Wonderful. And then exhale, just pop the hand down onto the shin, navel hug back, gaze up towards the thumb. So we're soft in the shoulders are down the back, they're not up around the ears. Lots of space around the head. Breathe. Breathing into this lovely upper left side of the body. Nice long exhale. So, switching on the feet, let's just look at our foundation, spreading the toes, feeling the alertness and responsiveness of the soles of the feet on the mat. Engaging your bandhas, so navel hugging back and feeling the energy from the navel down that front leg, through the sole of the foot from the heel to the toes. And the navel going down the back leg from the toes to the heel. So really feeling that lovely spread of energy. And then the rising energy in the upper body, expansive across the chest, opening outwards. Bending the front knee, looking down, inhaling, coming up, and immediately turning, other side. So reaching up with the left arm, exhaling, coming forward as that left hip slides back, popping the hands down onto the shin, gaze up to the thumb. Shoulders down the back, breathing in, breathing out. Soles of the feet, nice and responsive. Engaging bandhas, feeling open and expansive. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one, breathing in, breathing out. Looking down at that front foot, bending into the front knee, inhaling, coming all the way up. We're going to immediately turn again for the revolved triangle. So I'll just face you, but I'd like you to face the short back edge of the mat. So stepping the feet a little wider and shorter. So 2/3 of a leg length. If you have a brick or a block, feel free to use it. Something like this, okay? So right hand on the hip, reaching up and across with that left hand, coming down to a tabletop. I'm just going to pop the brick or the block to the outside of the front foot. If you don't have one, don't worry, you can just bring the hand onto the shin. So lengthening the crown of the head away, making the spine nice and straight, tucking up with that back kneecap, really switching on the back leg. And then from there, navel hugs back towards the spine as you start to rotate round the waist to the right. So you can stay there, just drawing that right hip back, finding length in the spine, or open the right arm up, gaze to the side or up. 5 breaths, breathing in. Keep drawing that right hip back, breathing out. Breathing in. Again, see if you're gripping on with the toes. Can you soften them? Breathing out. Couple more breaths, breathing in. Breathing out, finding the length in the spine. Breathing in. Lovely, breathing out, bending that front knee, inhaling, opening all the way up. And we're just immediately going to do the same to the front short edge of the mat. So checking the hips are nice and square. The left hand's on the hip. You're reaching up and across with the right hand on the inhale. Exhaling, popping the hand or the brick down to the outside of the front foot or onto the shin. Lengthening the spine away as you draw that left hip back. Finding the outer edge of the back foot, switching on that back leg by lifting up the kneecap. And then from there, the navel hugs back, start to rotate round to the left, extending the left arm up, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So what's happening with this left hip? Can you draw it back a little more? Are you more stable if the left hand is on the hip? Finding length in the spine, breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. So just popping that hand down, inhaling, opening along the full length of your mat. Legs now a good leg length apart. So let's come into wide leg forward fold, Padottanasana, if I can get the word out. So outer edges of the feet are parallel. The hands are on your hips. We're going to inhale and peel the elbows back so we feel nice and open and lifted in the chest and the sternum. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, popping the hands down underneath the shoulders into a tabletop. From here, inhale, press into the soles of the feet so you can lift your sit bones and look up, engage bandha. And then from there, start to draw the chest back towards the thighs, walking the hands back as you go. So you're looking through the legs as if you're looking at the ceiling, but then you're taking the gaze to the tip of the nose. If the elbows are bent, make sure they're parallel to each other and tucked in behind the wrists. So the navel's drawing up and we're softening the knees a little as we lengthen the spine down towards the mat. Keep breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in, breathing out. Engaging bandhas. On that exhale, just pop the hands up on the hips, keep the head low. Soften the knees. Inhaling, unfurling, coming all the way up. We're going to go straight into B. Exhale, crossing the hands in front of the chest. Inhaling, taking them out. Armpits to little fingers. Exhaling, popping them back on the hips. Inhale, peel the elbows back, lift the chest and the gaze. Exhale, hinging at the hips, coming down all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit. Give the shoulders a wee shimble. Exhale, coming into that forward fold. So the hands stay on the hips. The shoulders and the elbows keep peeling away from the front line of the body, away from the mat. The gaze is, again, as if you're trying to look through the legs at the ceiling, but taking the gaze to the middle of the face, to the tip of the nose. Nice breath in. Nice breath out. Again, are you gripping on with your toes? Can you simply lift and spread the toes a little bit? Find a little bit more stretch in the hamstrings. So from there, softening the knees on the exhale, engaging bandha, inhaling, coming all the way up. Lovely. Turning the left foot to face the front edge of the mat. Oh, actually, no. I'm looking at my plan there. Stay where you are. I'm ahead of myself. So actually what we're going to do is turn the feet out to 45 degrees and just remember a reacquaintance ourselves. That's not reacquaint. That's the word, ourselves, with horse stance. So we're going to work with the thighs. Inhaling, taking the hands up. Exhaling, pulling on that bell rope. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. So we want to make sure that we're keeping all of the four corners of the feet on the mat. We're not just simply rolling into the inner edge and the knees dropping in. So as we come down, the knees are out towards the ankles rather than kind of flopping into the mat. We'll do one more together. Come down and just hold it there for a couple of breaths. Breathing in, soft in the face, soft in the jaw, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Well done, guys. So just turning that left foot to face the front edge of the mat, stepping forward, back into feet hip width. And I'll face you. So exhaling, inhale, opening up. Wonderful. And again, just go with the breath. Inhale. One more. Lovely. Feeling really nice and expansive from the armpits to the little fingers. Coming back into Samasthiti. So nice big step all the way back now. For warrior two. And immediately what we're going to do is turn. So it's warrior two to the back edge of the mat. We're bending into the right knee. It's above the ankle. The outer edge of the back foot is at a little angle, not a right angle. The toes aren't pointing straight out. The heel of the back foot is slightly further away than the toes. The shoulders are above the hips, and we're open from the heart out. So let's just open the palms out, feel open from the armpits to the little fingers, and then peel the palms down, and just turn the gaze to the middle finger of that front right hand. Shoulder blades down the back, feeling equally balanced and alert. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So again, what we're going to do is come down into side angle stretch, reaching forward with that right hand. Option one, hand can come onto the thigh. Option two, hand on the mat behind the foot. Leaving that left hand on the flank, and then on the inhale, we're going to bring it under and up, navel hugging back as we rotate the chest round to the side. So the gaze is up to the inner elbow, and so we're nice and long in the back of the neck. And then peeling the gaze up to the palm, but see if you can keep it nice and long in the back of the neck. Keep breathing. Ungripping the toes if you can, pressing into the soles of the feet, lifting and spreading the toes to find some space. Wonderful. So just coming all the way back up into warrior two to the front edge of the mat. So feeling evenly balanced. Let's just open armpits to little fingers. Really feel the warmth in the palm of each hand. Lovely. And then palms down, gaze to the middle finger of the left hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath here, then we're going to come into side angle stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. So these postures are fantastic for really building heat in the body. We're working with the big muscles in the legs. So reaching forward and then choosing, is it the elbow resting on the knee or the hand to the outside of that front foot? And if you have a brick or a block, you're very welcome to give yourself a little bit of height for that second option. So right hand on the flank, and then inhaling, bringing it under and up, navel hugging back, gaze up to the inner elbow to start. Shoulder down the back of that left, on that left side, and then rolling the eyes up to the palm. Keep breathing. Finding the outer edge of that back foot, front knee above the ankle. Lovely, looking down at the front foot, lifting all the way up. Yeah, I know, it's strong on the quads. We're going to turn and do the revolved version to the back edge of the mat, except I'm going to change and face So just bringing the hands inside of that front foot, wiggle the back foot away to a long, low lunge. Bring the back knee down. And then right hand on the knee, inhaling, lifting up with the left. So we've been doing this one for a number of weeks, guys. Most of you know what you're doing with this. Don't worry if you don't. Option one, bringing the left hand to the outside of the knee, hand on the hip, navel hugs back, feeling long in the spine to the crown as you turn to look round and behind. Okay? Option two, leading with the elbow, hands in prayer, fingertips pointing in the same direction as your toes. Look at the toes of the front foot. Look at your fingertips. Check that they're pointing in the same direction. So whichever you're doing, if it's the hand or the elbow to the outside of that front right knee, you want to press the knee into the hand or elbow and resist with the hand or elbow. So we can find a little bit more space and length, something to press against. So the navel's hugging back, we're turning to look round and behind. If you're using the elbow, this is another option, to tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and allow the hips to drop as you stretch into that back heel. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. So from here, we're just going to release the hands, lift that back knee, walk hand over hand, and come to a nice long low lunge at the front short edge of the mat. So exactly the same now with the left foot forward. So popping the knee down, left hand on the knee, inhaling, lifting the right arm up. So we're lengthening all the way from the pelvis up into the ribs. Exhaling, popping the hand to the outside of the left knee or the elbow. So choosing what feels right for you. So again, we're lengthening through the spine, the navel's hugging back as we turn to look round and behind. And then again, there is this extra option of tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee. And just a tip here is just allow the hips to lower down a little bit so you feel even closer to the ground, lowering your center of gravity. Is really stabilizing. So we're nice and active in the core. We can feel that wonderful spiral around the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. See if there's tension, if you're gripping on with the toes, can you lift and spread the toes once again? Wonderful. So from here, just popping the hands down and then just walking hand over hand to face the long edge of the mat, stepping the outer edges of the feet parallel once again. Softening the knees on the exhale, pop the hands on the hips. Inhaling, coming up to standing for wide leg, forward fold, 3, Prasarita Padottanasana, C. Exhale, cross the hands. Inhale, open them out and interlace them behind the back this time. Draw the knuckles down as you tuck the chin on the exhale. Inhale, peel the shoulders back, lift the chest and the gaze up. Exhaling, we're hinging from the hips, leading with the heart, coming halfway. Inhale, lift up a little bit, shuggle the shoulders a little. See if you can lift the arms away from the lower back. Exhaling, going deeper. So we're drawing the chest towards the thighs once again, making sure that we're not locking out the knees. Soft in the back of the knees, lifting, spreading the toes so we feel the sole of the feet alert and responsive on the mat. The navel's hugging back towards the spine. And we're looking through the legs at the ceiling, but the gaze, again, is to the tip of the nose. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Wonderful. Exhaling, popping the hands down to the base of the spine, softening the knees, inhaling, coming all the way up. Well done, guys. Turning the left foot to the front of the mat, lifting the back heel and stepping forward. Take on some water. We're going to come into eagle posture now and just work a little bit more with our connective tissue. So if any of you are interested, I sent out an email last night, I'm a bit red, about 21 Yoga Fit Challenge. And it's a mix of cardiovascular, kind of re-exercises, some nice workouts, also some really lovely fire element practice. And we're twinning that with meditation and yoga nidra. So it's not just burning yourself out at all. It's about really improving your health and your well-being across the whole of the rainbow, as it were. So if you'd like to find out more, just get in touch. And then let's just come into Samasthiti and just soften the knees, allow the hips to drop down. So the preparation for eagle. We're just going to lift this right leg and cross it over the left. And just tuck that back knee into the back of the front knee, as it were. So we're nice and connected through the legs. Extend the right arm, wrap the left arm under and up, and then relax the shoulders. Don't miss this bit. Just allow the shoulders to slide down the back and feel really nice and heavy. Wonderful. So in your own time, start to fold that right hand. See what's happening. Can you bring the backs of the hands towards each other? Can you bring the palms of the hands towards each other? And then if you wish to go for the bind with that right leg, as well as just crossing it over, you can then see about wrapping it and tucking it round the back of the calf of the standing leg. So the hips are drawing down. We're squeezing the palms or the arms against each other, engaging band. We're squeezing the knees or the legs against each other. And the hips are lowering down as the elbows start to float up, but the shoulders are staying down the back. Fingertips drawing away. Breathing in and breathing out. From here, we're going to unfold ourselves, step back with that right leg. Just a comfortable leg length, nothing big or anything. Turn immediately, and I want you to step the feet a little wide and a little short for pyramid posture. So the hips are facing the short edge of the mat, okay? I'm going to face you for this, so you've got the positioning of the hips. Inhaling, peeling from the armpits, along the arms to the little finger, gaze and chest lifted. Exhaling, diving into your navel. Lovely. Inhaling, armpits, little fingers, gaze up. Exhaling, diving in. I'm going to do one more. Inhaling, feeling that wonderful fire energy from the armpits to the little fingers, nice and warm. Exhaling, diving into your navel, staying down there. And what you're going to do is when you're down, is see if you can take the arms behind the back. Option 1, holding on to the forearms. Option 2, wiggle and bring the edges of the little fingers together. So as you inhale, you're lifting the chest, the shoulders go up, back and down, and you can bring the hands together in reverse prayer. So you're either in reverse prayer or holding on to your elbows. Lovely. So from here, leaning into that back right leg, lifting the gaze, lifting the sternum. Exhaling, hinging at the hips. So we're leading with the heart again. We're not folding or crumpling into the front of the body. The front of the body is nice and open and keeps being so as we come down on that exhale. So gaze down to that front foot, soften the front knee a little bit, lengthen forward with the spine. Find lengthen spine on the inhale, like a little looping caterpillar. And on the exhale, see if you can relax down over that front left leg. Keep drawing that left hip back towards the right heel. Lengthening forward on the inhale. Find a bit more space if you can creep your tummy or your ribs further along the leg. And then exhale, softening down. We're going to do one more. Inhale, finding that length. Exhale, just relaxing into the posture. So notice where your shoulders are. Notice if one feels a little bit lower to the mat. Can you sort the shoulders out so they feel more even? Keep peeling the elbows and the shoulders back so you're open across the chest. So the gaze is to the toes, but once you're down there, if it feels more comfortable, just relax so the crown of the head is facing to the toes. Breathing into the whole of the body. Exhaling, softening down. Wonderful. So from here, then into the front knee, inhaling, coming up, releasing and rolling through the wrists. We're just going to come into Superman. Woohoo! So stepping, bringing the weight into this front left leg, okay? And we're just going to step this back foot away and press the palms behind, making our little cape, our superhero cape, rolling through the shoulders, so the shoulders are back, we're open across the chest, and start to engage banda. So as we stretch and point that rear foot, the chest comes down, coming into a really lovely, strong balance. Engaging banda, pressing the palms up, riding those airwaves as a superhero. Lovely. And then from here, using control, see if you can bring yourself, easy step and down, Lucy Potter, into tree. So the hips are nice and equal. Pop your little second and third fingers on the hips just to make sure they behave. And then bring that right foot onto, oh, we'll change legs. I'm on the wrong leg, aren't I? Sorry, guys. Am I? No, I think I'm on the right leg. Sorry, it's really hard to tell because I'm doing stuff to you and then now I'm here. Anyway, coming into tree with whichever leg you are, is this balancing leg. Hands in front of the heart. Switching on the standing foot. Lift the toes. Press into the sole of the foot. And then from there, take the energy up the legs, up into the torso, engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, lifting the sternum all the way into the crown of the head, pressing the foot against the shin. If you wish, you can bring it above the knee, but don't have it hanging on the knee itself. You don't have to press into the knee joint with the foot. Lovely. And then just popping that foot down and just coming into eagle on the other side. So dropping the hips down an inch, crossing the left leg over, extending the left arm, wrapping the right arm under and up, and then relaxing the shoulders. Drawing the hands back towards each other, starting to take the hips down towards the mat. If you wish to go a little deeper, you can tuck the back leg in against the back of the calf. And then engaging bandha, squeezing arms against each other, legs against each other. Start to softly take the elbows up and draw the fingertips away, nice and long in the back of the neck. Breathing in between the shoulder blades. So all of the downward dog, dolphin dips, it's great for just stretching all of that out. Lovely. So let's unfurl, taking that left leg nice and high, stepping back and turning to face the front edge of the mat for pyramid posture, Parsvottanasana. So inhaling, taking the arms back, armpits to the fingertips, chest and gaze lifted up. Lovely. Exhaling, diving into your tummy. Inhaling, opening up. And exhaling, diving in. Lovely. Last one, inhaling. Next one, diving in, having a little magic trick with the hands, with the forearms, and then inhale, peeling the shoulders up, back, and down, elbows back, leaning into that back leg, like you're leaning into a little wall, taking the gaze up. Exhale, hinging at the hips. So we're leading with the heart, coming down to a soft tabletop, inhaling, just lengthening forward a touch as we soften that left knee, and make a little shelf for ourselves to relax over on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, go deeper. Lovely. Last one, inhaling. Exhaling, just relaxing the head down, gaze to the toes, or just relaxing the crown of the head facing to the toes. Checking in with the shoulders, breathing with that. And then from here, bringing the weight into the front foot. Inhaling, coming up, releasing the wrists, just working through the wrists a little bit. So we're going to draw the hands behind, as if we're pulling the hands through deep water. Bringing the hands through deep water, starting to fill this leg, bringing the weight, the energy into this leg, so this back right leg can start to flow. Float up, float up, float up, float up. Keep pressing the hands up, keep engaging bandhas, finding length through that lifted leg. Breathing here, and then we're going to steadily come into tree. You can pop your hands on your hips just to make sure they don't do any funny wiggly bits, and then just bringing the foot into tree. So nice long deep breath, all the way in, all the way out. Wonderful. Relaxing that foot down. So once again, inhaling when I can get it right. Crossing the arms, opening up on the inhale. It's like quite hard to cue that from the inhale, because the inhale seems to finish at the end and halfway through it, as it were. Lovely. We're going to do one more, just really easing through all the work we've been doing in the upper chest and upper back. Interlacing the hands, walk one finger along for this. Feet hip width. Draw the knuckles down to the mat as you tuck the chin. Inhale, look up. Exhale, just folding forwards. Give the shoulders of your shovel, lengthening down through the spine. Nice breath in, nice breath out. Wonderful. On the next exhale, just pop the hands down onto the base of the back and then onto your mat. Inhale, take a nice half lift. Exhale, step back into plank, pop the knees down if you need, lower down just a couple of inches. Inhaling, peeling up into the back of the neck, then the gaze up to follow. Coming back into child's pose and choosing if you like to do 5 more dolphin dips. So remembering the dolphin dips, you hold onto your elbows, you hold onto your upper arms. You don't want the elbows out to the sides because then you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to make sure that you've got that. If it feels too much, we've done 10, that's pretty full on. Please don't feel that you have to do them, but if you're feeling like, yeah, I want to get really nice and strong, then go for it. So it's either child's pose or 5 dolphin dips. I'll just cue you up the dolphin dip in case you're curious. So we're coming forward on the inhale, pressing into the forearms, lifting up with the armpits, exhale, coming back. Inhale forwards, exhale, coming back. Making sure that we're not looking forward with the chin, but the chin is tucked. We're finding space by pressing into the forearms and the armpits. Lovely, one extra one there. Coming back. Wonderful. And then everybody just coming into child's pose. And from child's pose, we're just going to come into Anahata asana. So just taking the feet and knees hip width, lifting up to all fours. Check that the hips are above the knees as you bring your head down towards the mat. And you can rest on the top of your head to check where your hips are in relation to the knees. And once you've got them lined up, you can then just rest on the forehead and wiggle the arms further forward. Now this is a deep stretch in the chest and the armpits, in and around the shoulder blades, in the upper back. So the way that you can kind of make it a little easier is to have softness in the arms, not take the arms forward so much. So the ribs are drawing down towards the navel. We're engaging bandha, so we're not hanging there like a little hammock. We're finding length in the spine by really engaging the front of the body. So it's nice and supported. Taking a nice breath in, nice breath out. To go a little deeper, you can lift the hands, press little fingertips together, 4th fingertips together, middle, 2nd, and thumb tips together, making a little kind of church steeple type thing over and around the back of the head. So you can just really work at gently pressing the fingertips in towards each other to find a bit more space in between the shoulder blades. Wonderful. And then just releasing the hands, sliding back, bringing the knees together and taking the arms out to the side for yoga asana. So some of you may need a little support under the head. And the elbows are just in line with the shoulders and the wrists in line with the elbows, making little cactus arms out at each side. Nice breath in, armpits to little fingers. Exhale, just relaxing and arriving down on the mat. Lovely. So a couple more soft, soothing breaths. And then engaging your bandhas on the exhale, just coming up to seated. And then from here, extending out. So I'm facing you, but you can stay along the length of your mat. So I'm going to keep the left leg there, hug the right knee, allow it to ease out to the side, bring the sole of the foot up the inside leg. So this foot's really switched on. We're going to come into bent leg forward fold, Janushasana. So we're feeling rooted through the sit bones. Feel free, if you're feeling a little bit tucked under, pardon me, just to untuck your sit bones. And what we're going to do is just stretch up into the palms of the hands to make a bit more space from our hips to our ribs. Lovely. Then relax the arms apart and just fold on the exhale, chest down towards that front shin. So popping the hands where it feels comfortable. It could be on the mat, it could be on your leg. You may be at the point of taking hold of the big toe or popping the hands over the sole of the foot. Remembering we have our fire point here for the pericardial meridian in the palm of the hand, and we can pop it on the water point of the sole of the foot. That's all very nice and neat and dandy. Don't worry if that's not in your practice, if your hands are here, for example, because your legs are a bit long. So don't worry, just coming into a lovely forward fold, stretching through the back of the leg, stretching through the back, really engaging bandhas to support the lower back, and breathing into the length of that stretch, all the way in, all the way out, the ebb and flow of the breath. There's 2 more, nice and deep. Nice relax on the exhale. Lovely, inhaling, coming all the way up. And what we're going to do here is something nifty. So, for example, you're facing like so, when I can come onto the mat. What we're going to do is just lean over to that right side and just tuck the left leg behind. Wiggle this front knee forward a bit, but essentially we're going to come onto all fours and into pigeon. So just adjusting the right knee. You've got this shin going across over to the left side. Now, for some of us, the shin's further forward. For others, mine's at quite a deep, 60-degree angle. We want us to feel comfortable in this front knee. Coming up onto the fingertips, shoulders down the back, lift up with the chest once again. And then on the exhale, just soften down over the mat. When you come down into pigeon, if it feels really uncomfortable in the knee, I'd like you to come into dead pigeon. And I'll demonstrate that once I've just finished this. So if you're in full pigeon, just check the hips are looking even. Look through the legs, just check you're not leaning down on that right side or too much on the left side. And then seeing if you can just bring the head down towards, it could be the mat, or you may be holding on to the forehead and the heels of the hands. So, dead pigeon, I'll demonstrate that. You're just going to come onto your back and rest the bent right leg on the left leg. So this is the first stage, just relaxing the knee and the hip. Second stage is to lift the supporting leg. Third stage is to take the hands behind the thigh. Notice if at any stage you're lifting up with the throat or the chin, then you've gone a stage too far. You want to really work with a deep stretch with awareness and spaciousness, not rigidity. Lovely. Okay. So if you are in dead pigeon, you're going to come back up because we're going to do Janu Shasana on the other side. If you're in full pigeon, you're going to come up. Just bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lift up, rock down onto that hip, extend the leg forwards. Wonderful. Do the same with the other side. So now we're keeping the lovely. So now we're keeping the right leg out, and we're just going to hug that left knee in and allow it to come out to the side as the foot comes up the inside of the leg. Untuck any excess baggage. Just find that length through the spine as we stretch up. Exhale, navel hugging back, and just coming to fold down over that right foot and leg. So nice breath in, softness in the back of that right knee. Exhale, going deeper. So wherever you are, you may be really tight, been doing loads of walking, and this may be where you're at in your body. And it's totally where you need to be where you're at. So really breathing into the stretch that you feel here in the hamstrings and the glutes, navel hugging back, going a little deeper, finding a bit more space on the inhale, softening on the exhale. Lovely. So, engaging bandha, coming all the way up. We're just going to lean over to that left side. Start to take this right leg back. Bring this front knee forward. It's a bit of a palaver. Bring the hands down. Wiggle the back foot away for pigeon, half pigeon. Otherwise, just coming onto your back for dead pigeon for the other side. So, lengthening up into the chest, into the crown of the head, shoulders down the back, nice and lifted, and then peeling the body down. So 5 slow breaths in pigeon, long breath in, long breath out. Lovely. And then from there, just engaging your bandhas, bringing the hands under the shoulders, coming up onto the hips, and just bringing the legs together into Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. So from here, just coming down onto your backs, hugging the knees and rocking from side to side. Popping the feet down, close to the hips as feels comfortable, hip width apart, palms face down. So we'll just start by tucking and untucking the tail. And then when you're ready, rolling the hips up, pressing into the arms to lift the chest a little bit more, nice and long in the back of the neck, coming into a little mini bridge. Lovely. And then lifting the heels and rolling the spine down. So we're going to do a couple more. Next one, rolling up, pressing into the arms, pressing into the feet. If it feels comfortable, interlacing the hands and sugaring the shoulders a bit closer together so you can get a little bit more lift in the chest. Nice breath in, keep pressing into the feet, finding a bit more space in the hip flexors, making sure the knees are above the, or in line, sorry, with the hips, they're not splaying out to the sides. Lovely, separating the arms, flattening the upper back, lifting the heels, rolling down. Wonderful, and then hugging the knees and rocking from side to side. So we're just going to take the arms out like little cactus arms, take the knees over to one side, and then turn the gaze to the opposite. 3 slow breaths here, nice long breath in. Nice, relaxing breath out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. And then with the exhale, engaging balance, lifting the knees, changing sides. So knees over to the other side as the gaze rolls over to the opposite. 3 slow breaths in. Wonderful. And then just bringing yourself back. And we're just going to finish with very gentle inversion. If you have shoulder stand in your practice, you're very welcome to come into that. Otherwise, just taking the legs up into the air, crossing the ankles. The arms can be where they are, or you can take them overhead and cross the wrists. 5 slow breaths this way, and then uncross, recross. 5 slow breaths the other way. If you would like some instruction for shoulder stand, then I will just give you that now. I'm just going to tuck you next in. Lovely. So just coming onto your back, palms face down, arms by your sides, knees bent. So you're just going to roll up and take the knees towards the head. So you're kind of lift it as if you're going to do a backward or forward fold. And then just shuggle the shoulder blades. I interlace my hands for this and shuggle the shoulder blades a bit closer together. From here, bring the hands onto the lower back, making sure the back of the neck's nice and long and the gaze is up. I'm not turning my head to look at the screen. I'm just listening to the instructions for shoulder stand. So I'm lifting up through the spine to the hips, from the hips through the knees to the toes. The knees are facing straight ahead, legs are together, the toes are pointing straight ahead. I'm lifting up as if someone has a little string at my big toes, and I'm just lifting the pelvis up even more. 10 slow breaths here. Keep pressing into the upper arms. It should feel comfortable on the neck. Any discomfort in the neck, just bend your knees, release your arms, take the legs overhead to counter that, and slowly lower down. So it should feel comfortable in shoulder stand. If you're feeling fine, just stay in there for another 5 breaths. And then when you finish your inversion, just coming down to lie on your back. If you need a wee blankie, we're just going to take a couple of minutes. Sorry, this class is going to run over a little bit. I think it's partly my tiredness as well. But we'll just go with that. If you need to leave now, I totally get that. Otherwise, we'll just spend a couple of minutes in Shavasana. So getting yourself nice and cozy, lying yourself down, closing the eyes. Bringing the awareness to the contact of your body and the floor. Noticing where feels comfortable and inviting that sense of comfort to spread and flow throughout the whole body. And so after fire practice, we can feel a little warm, maybe even a little sweaty. And so just enjoying that feeling of lightness through the body. Using the breath and the different postures to create a better flow of energy through the body. Taking a nice breath in and a nice breath out. And so bringing the awareness to the soft ebb and flow of the breath. Noticing how it fills the body very easily and gently, and how it empties. And you may even wish to follow the rhythm of your breath with your awareness. And so in the coming days, inviting in moments to connect with things that fill our hearts with joy, so if you've been feeling a little full on, just connecting with something very simple or something heartfelt. Just imagining this wonderful feeling of self-love and connection flowing around the whole body with each and every breath. And so in this time of relaxation and spaciousness, just meeting yourself as you are. Starting to deepen the breath, bring little movements into fingers and toes. And then into a delicious and long stretch, taking your arms all the way overhead, stretching into the toes, stretching into the heels. And then on the exhale, hugging the knees and rocking from side to side. Just resting over on a side before making your way up to a seated position.